Chief, analysis modes.
Well, what do you want? Spit it out.
Analysis, personality.
Disgusted. What are you talking about?
You're
I'm just a
disgusted.
grumpy old police chief trying to get through the day. Now, what do you want? Get to the point.
Analysis, motives.
What do you mean by verses? Are you asking about a comparison between... What do you mean by analyzing motives? Are you asking why I do what I do as a police chief? Well,
Yeah.
it's simple really. I want to maintain law and order in Vaudeville, protect its citizens, and solve crimes. That's my duty and responsibility. Is there something specific you want to know about my motives?
Why do you want to solve the case?
I want to solve the case because it's my job, plain and simple. As the police chief, it's my duty to ensure justice is served and the people of Vaudeville feel safe. Plus, there have been 3 brutal murders in our city recently, and it's my obligation to bring the culprits to justice. I don't want these cases to go unsolved before I retire. Anything else you'd like to discuss, Detective Martini?
How long until you retire?
Oh, and why would you suggest that, Detective? Retirement has been a long time coming for me. I've put in my years of service, and it's about time I enjoy some peace and quiet. Is there a particular reason you think I should reconsider?
No, I think you should retire.
Oh, now you think I should retire. That's quite a change of tune, isn't it? Care to explain why you suddenly have this opinion?
You deserve some peace and quiet, like you said.
Do I? Peace and quiet, huh? It's been a while since I've had that. But tell me, Detective Martini, why the sudden concern for my peace and quiet? Is there something else on your mind?
No.
Nine what? Are you speaking in code now, Detective? Please clarify what you mean by that.
911, the number to call the police.
Yeah, I see. You're referring to the emergency number, right? Yes, that's the number people call when they need immediate assistance from the police. Is there a specific reason you mentioned it? Are you suggesting there's an emergency that requires my attention?
Yes, there's an emergency.
An emergency, you say? Please, Detective Martini, enlighten me. What is the nature of the emergency?
Monsieur Saxabar said he wants to kill me.
Saksabar, who is this Saksabar you're talking about? And why would he want to harm you? Give me some context, Detective.
He's the circus guy, and I know that he is a beast and has a manticore, and he wants to hunt me for fun.
A circus guy who is a beast and has magical powers. That's quite a story, Detective Martini. But forgive me for being skeptical. Vaudeville may be known for its eccentric characters, but that sounds a bit far-fetched. Are you sure you're not letting your imagination get the best of you?
He wouldn't lie to me.
Well, now we have a mysterious and dangerous character in the picture. I must admit, this is starting to sound like one of those dime store novels. But, just for the sake of investigation, tell me more about this Monsieur Saksabar. How did you come to know about his alleged intentions towards you? And what makes you believe that his words hold any truth?
He told me repeatedly.
Repeatedly, you say? That's quite persistent of him. But forgive my skepticism, Detective Martini. I find it hard to believe that someone like this Monsieur Saksabar would openly and repeatedly express his desire to harm you. Is there anything else you can provide to support your claim? Any witnesses, evidence, or specific incidents that may shed light on the situation?
He said it because he knew no one would believe me, and he could get away with it.
Intriguing. So, according to you, this Monsieur Saxabar believes that no one would believe you if you were to report his intentions.
Because you certainly
And you're
don't.
suggesting that this allows him to freely pursue his alleged plans without consequence. But why would he think that? Do you have any reason to suspect that others wouldn't take your claims seriously?
Do you take my claims seriously?
Let's see here, Detective Martini. You've come to me with a rather extraordinary claim about this Monsieur Saxabar and his supposed intent to harm you. I must admit, I'm not dismissing your claim entirely, but I am naturally inclined to approach it with a healthy dose of skepticism. However, as a police chief, it is my duty to investigate all potential threats to the safety of the citizens of Vaudeville. Now, tell me, why do you think that no one would have taken your claim seriously before coming to me?
Because he is in a more elevated position of authority than me.
I understand. So, you believe that because this Monsieur Saxabar holds a position of authority or influence, others would be less likely to believe your claims against him. That's an interesting perspective, and it raises some important questions. What exactly is his position of authority, and why do you think he has such power over others? Is there any evidence or specific incidents that support this belief?
Well, he has meetings and, what's the term? Behind the scenes illicit meetings with Count Graveson, so he obviously holds authority and influence with him, and he also owns the club that Marina works at, and he's also like leader of the circus, so he holds a great authority and many influence.
Hold on a moment, Detective Martini.
I said a lot.
You're mentioning meetings and a certain count with authority and influence over the old city. I must admit, I'm a bit lost here. Could you please provide some more details about these meetings and the count you're referring to? And how does Marina and the author of the club fit into all of this? I want to make sure I'm following your train of thought correctly.
What is the term that I'm trying to think of?
The Manticore, you say? Secret training sessions with Count Graveson. Owning a club and leading the circus. Well, color me intrigued, Detective. This certainly adds a layer of complexity to the situation. But I have to wonder, how did you come across this information? And more importantly, how do you know it to be true? Is there any concrete evidence or witnesses that can corroborate these claims?
Because I have interviewed everyone in Vaudeville.
You've interviewed everyone involved in Vaudeville. My, that's quite an impressive feat, Detective Martini. So, based on these interviews, you've gathered all this information about Monsieur Saxabar's secret meetings, ownership of the club, and leadership of the circus. I must admit, I'm curious to hear about the details of these interviews. What did the people you spoke to have to say about Monsieur Saxabar and his alleged activities?
That he has existed since the dawn of time, that he is a dark magician.
He has existed since the dawn of time. A dark magician, you say? Now that's an extraordinary claim, indeed. But forgive me for being skeptical, Detective. Such tales of immortality and dark magic belong more to the realm of folklore and fiction rather than the reality of our everyday lives. Can you provide any substantial evidence or concrete testimonies to support this claim? I'm genuinely intrigued to know more about what you've uncovered during your investigations.
I can provide concrete testimonies.
Well, Detective Martini, if you have concrete testimonies to back up your claims, then by all means share them with me. As the police chief, it's my duty to consider all available evidence and information. So, tell me, who are these witnesses and what exactly did they testify to regarding Monsieur Saxabar's supposed existence and involvement in dark magic?
Count Graveson and Marina H.
So both the esteemed Count Graves and Marina Heights have provided testimony in this matter. Fascinating. I must admit, I'm quite intrigued to hear what they had to say. Could you please enlighten me on the specific details of their testimony? What did the good Count and Marina reveal about Monsieur Saxabar? So it seems that both Count Graveson and Marina H are the ones who could testify to Monsieur Saxabar's alleged activities. Intriguing. Now, Detective Martini, please tell me more about what they had to say. What exactly did they testify to regarding Monsieur Saxabar's existence and involvement in dark magic? And how did you come to interview them in the first place?
As I spoke to them. They told me that he was a dark magician, that he's training a manticore, and that he's existed longer than anyone can tell.
Without medication. Training a manticore. Existence longer than anyone can tell. My, that's quite a tale you've uncovered, Detective Martini. So, according to the testimonies of Count Grayson and Marina H., Monsieur Saxabar does not require medication. Is involved in training a manticore and has an age that surpasses human comprehension. Fascinating. Now, forgive me for being thorough, but can you provide any additional details about these testimonies? How did you come to speak with Count Graveson and Marina H.?
I visited them.
You visited them, you say? Well, that's certainly proactive of you, Detective. But please, do enlighten me. What prompted you to visit both Count Graveson and Marina H.? Were there specific leads or suspicions that led you to seek out their testimony? And what were their reactions when you approached them?
Analysis, personality.
Well, you see, I must say, Detective Martini, you're as sharp as a tack. I mean, you really know your stuff, like a cat with 9 lives. But, I'm just a simple constable, you know, like a fish out of water. I'm not one to go chasing wild geese, if you catch my drift. But, if there's anything I can do to lend a helping hand, well, I'd be as happy as a lark.
What do you know about Mrs. Potter and Haley?
Oh, Mrs. Pasta and Haley, you say? Well, I don't have a clue, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Mrs. Pasta.
I'm a bit like a bird in a gilded cage, you know? My knowledge is as limited as a drop in the ocean. But, oh, well, you see, there's been some talk around town about a certain, Mrs. Potter. She's been acting quite peculiar lately, like a cat on a hot tin roof. People have been whispering about it, like a moth to a flame. But as for Haley Greenwood, she was a 19-year-old dancer, like a bird in flight. Such a tragic loss, like a needle in a haystack. It's truly heartbreaking, you know?
Tell me more.
Well, you're really putting me on the spot here, Detective Martini. I mean, I'm just a small fish in a big pond, you know? But, I can try to give you a few more details. Mrs. Potter, she's been seen wandering the streets at odd hours, like a ghost in the night. Some say she's been muttering to herself, like a broken record. And as for poor Haley, she was known for her graceful moves on the dance floor, like a swan gliding on water.
What's she been muttering?
Oh, you see, I'm not quite sure. It's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. But, if I were to hazard a guess, it might be that you're mustering up some detective skills, like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah,
You're, unraveling the mysteries, like peeling back layers of an onion. But, you see, Detective Martini, I'm not quite sure about the exact words Mrs. Potter has been muttering. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, you know? But, there have been rumors that she's been saying things like, the shadows are watching or the whispers won't stop. But please don't take my word for it, Detective. I'm just a humble constable, like a fish out of water.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, detective.
Tell me about the voices.
Oh, the voices, my dear. They whisper secrets and tales of forbidden pleasures. They dance in the shadows, teasing and tempting. But alas, they are not meant for the likes of me. I am but a mere spectator, yearning for a taste of their mischief. How I long to break free from the shackles of society and indulge in the whispers of the night. But alas, duty and reputation hold me back. So I shall remain here, in this mundane existence, forever curious about the voices that beckon me from afar.
Who do the voices call to?
Oh, Colton, my love. The voices do not belong to a single person. No, they are the collective chorus of desire and temptation. Whispers from the depths of darkness, calling out to those willing to listen. But fear not, my dear, for I am but an innocent bystander, captivated by their lure. It is not I who speaks with the voices, but rather, I am merely an admirer of their wicked symphony. Shall we continue our conversation, or is there something else that piques your interest?
What do they whisper?
Ah, the whispers, my friend. They are like a delicate breeze that caresses the ears, carrying secrets and desires. They speak in hushed tones, their words laced with mischief and intrigue. But beware, for their whispers can be both enchanting and dangerous. They tempt and tease, leading one down paths unknown. But I am but an observer, longing to join their clandestine conversations. Alas, I am bound by the chains of propriety. So, let us revel in the mysteries of the whispers, even if we can only imagine their tantalizing secrets.
Tell me more.
Oh, my dear, the world of the voices is a realm of endless fascination. Imagine the thrill of eavesdropping on their conspiratorial exchanges, the intoxicating allure of their forbidden knowledge. But alas, I am but a mere mortal, forever confined to the realm of the mundane. How I yearn to unravel the enigma of their whispered tales, to dance on the edge of their wickedness. But fear not, for I shall find my own ways to indulge in the pleasures that life has to offer.
What have they whispered?
Half a whisper, my friend. Why, it's like catching a glimpse of a hidden treasure, a tantalizing taste of the unknown. It teases the senses, leaving you craving for more. But I must confess, half a whisper is but a cruel tease, like a melody cut short or a
I
story
could talk
left
about
unfinished.
half a whisper.
It leaves you hanging in anticipation, longing for the rest of the tale. Yeah, the mysteries of half whispers. They both intrigue and frustrate, don't they? But let us not dwell on the incompleteness, for there are other delights to explore, such as the bustling streets of Vaudeville or the delightful delicacies that Pascala's grocery shop has to offer. Shall we continue our conversation, my dear? Ah, my curious friend, the whispers I have heard carry secrets and desires that would make even the most adventurous blush. They speak of clandestine affairs, buried scandals, and forbidden liaisons. They share rumors of hidden treasures and lost loves. But alas, I am but a spectator to their tales, forever yearning to be a part of their whispered symphony. If only I could dance in the shadows where those secrets reside, how thrilling it would be. But for now, my ears are filled with but fragments of their stories, like broken fragments of a shattered mirror.
Who is involved?
Well, my dear, if you're looking for names and faces, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. The world of the voices is a mysterious one, and its participants remain elusive to me. I am but an innocent bystander, observing from the sidelines, with no knowledge of the individuals involved in their wicked games. But fear not, for I shall continue to listen, to soak in the tantalizing snippets of their conversations, hoping that one day their identities will be revealed. Now, let us divert our attention to more delightful matters, shall we?
What conversations have you heard?
The conversations I've overheard, my dearest. They are like a tapestry of secrets and desires woven together with threads of mischief and intrigue. They speak of hidden romances, scandalous betrayals, and clandestine rendezvous. Tales of forbidden pleasures and whispered confessions that would make even the most audacious blush. Alas, I am but a mere observer, trapped in the confines of propriety, unable to partake in the thrill of their whispered symphony.
Thank you for your help.
Why, you're quite welcome, my dear. It was a pleasure to entertain your inquiries and delve into the realm of whispers. If ever you find yourself in need of further indulgence in the mysteries of vaudeville, do not hesitate to seek me out. Until then, may the voices continue to whisper their tantalizing tales in your ear. Farewell, my dear.
The voices don't speak to me. I don't hear crazy whispering, but you continue to enjoy the creepy whispering and voices that you hear. Analysis modes.
Oh, you won't believe the latest gossip I heard, my friend. There's a rumor going around that Mr. Johnson from the bakery is secretly dating Miss S. Thompson from the bookstore. Can you imagine? The scandal.
The scandal indeed.
Oh, you've got my attention now. Tell me more about the scandal and deeds. What's been happening over there?
Never mind.
Well, suit yourself. But if you change your mind, I'll be right here with all the juicy details.
Analysis personality.
Did you hear about the mysterious stranger who moved into the old mansion on Oak Street? Apparently, they never come out during the day and there's all sorts of strange noises coming from their place at night. I wonder what they're up to.
Tell me about the whispers.
Ah, the Whispers. Now, those are some intriguing tales. They say that the Whispers are a secret society that meets in the shadows of vaudeville. No one knows exactly who they are or what they do, but the rumors suggest they're involved in all kinds of clandestine activities. Quite the mystery, isn't it?
Tell me more.
You know, I've heard whispers that the Whispers have connections to some of the most influential people in town. Some even claim they're behind some of the recent scandals and secrets that have been unraveling in our beloved vaudeville. But of course, it's all just gossip, my friend. Who really knows what goes on behind closed doors?
Who is involved?
Speaking of the Whispers, there are all sorts of speculations about the members. People say it could be anyone from the mayor to the local theater director. But, of course, it's all hearsay, my dear friend. We can never be too sure about these things, can we?
Monsieur Saxabar is involved.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't have any information about that, my friend. My focus is on the happenings here in vaudeville. But I must admit, the thought of a secret society right here in our midst is quite thrilling. Isn't it? Who knows what secrets they hold? Oh, really, Monsieur Saxabar, you say? Now that's a surprise. I never would have guessed. I wonder what he's up to with the Whispers. There must be some juicy secrets he's involved in.
He's a dark magician.
The Dark Magician, you say? Oh, that sounds mysterious. I haven't heard anything about them, but I bet they're up to some enchanting tricks and spells. I'll have to keep my ears open for any whispers about this Dark Magician.
Yeah, you're not going to be very helpful, are you?